All right, guys, a nice win for the Utah Jazz tonight against the Detroit Pistons team that I think deserves a little more credit for what they're doing. This is the Utah Jazz postgame show on the Hoops Nerd channel. Just to talk a little bit about the Detroit Pistons. Playing the Pistons has just got to be an absolute, just brutal experience. You've got Blake Griffin, who has morphed from early in his career, kind of a high flyer, who occasionally would kind of strong arm guys and things like that, to has turned into just kind of this brutal bruiser. That little hook, baby hook in the lane is like automatic. I feared that shot at the end of the game. Thankfully for Utah, Donovan Mitchell showed up like he did last year at the end of the game. If the Jazz get Donovan Mitchell back like they did tonight for the rest of the season, things will be good for Utah. But the Pistons are just, like, I would describe them as a beast, because you've got Blake Griffin now, who's like a bruiser, efficiency player, shoots like 36% from three, great passer. Blake Griffin's great. Like that trade's turning out fine for Detroit. And then Andre Drummond, and like, you see the numbers with Andre Drummond in terms of his rebounding. When you watch it, and he just like, I mean, I just don't know if I've seen anyone go against Gobert like that and just take rebounds from Gobert like that. He really tonight really opened my eyes on how just dominant a rebounder Andre Drummond is. And that's part of his defense, is he ends those possessions. So this is a tough team that you really, like, the Pistons don't lose games. You have to beat them. And they need probably another piece or so on the perimeter, maybe like a star guard. If they could get like maybe if Kawhi leaves, Detroit can trade for Kyle Lowry or something like that. This team will go places. They're good. Like, Jazz fans were saying this might be an easy win. I don't know what you're smoking or what you're drinking, but this is not an easy win. It's not. For Utah, I mean, there was a rough first quarter. My goodness. Reggie Bullock, was it Reggie Bullock, I believe? Yeah, he had just like, I mean, he went 4 for 4 from three in the first quarter, which honestly was like one of those haymakers in a boxing match, and the Jazz fell down for sure. It's big time props to Utah for fighting back and getting back in this. And two, the big story of this game for Utah was Donovan Mitchell looked like vintage Donovan Mitchell. So last season, what happened with Donovan is that halfway through the fourth quarter, it was the Donovan Mitchell show. Just give it to Don, he gets buckets, Jazz win. And that was the winning formula last year. This year, we haven't seen it as often. The efficiency hasn't been there. But when you put that spacing on the floor, with Jay Crowder on the floor, their spacing's there. And tonight, it was vintage superstar Donovan Mitchell, the one that Jazz fans have been hoping and waiting for. It was back. And this is like 3 or 4 games in a row. Don's figuring it out, guys. Like, you know what? Every player has bad shots here and there. To expect Don to have a perfect game without, like, a bad shot here and there, that's not fair, because it just happens, especially if you're the lead guy. But, like, he's playing within the offense. He's making the right decisions. And the Jazz are winning games. And tonight was exciting because it was closeout Donovan Mitchell, superstar Donovan Mitchell, who ended the game. Nice to see Don back to his old ways. Let's hope he can keep it up, because if he can, the Jazz are going to win a lot of games the last half of the year, because the schedule, you know, if easy teams are Detroit, it's not going to be easy, because Detroit's not easy. But if it's teams like Atlanta, the Jazz should get wins like that, you know. At least we don't play the Rockets 3 times this month like we were in December, and, you know, Golden State and Toronto like 3 times. Like, we've played all these teams so many times, it's brutal. Now the schedule at least is with teams that the Jazz should have a chance to beat. Let's hope it happens. Guys, like and subscribe this channel. I will talk to you next time.